Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is for lesson, because today's video starts with a short history lesson on the subject, which is cantrips. Cantrips are level 0 spells in Dungeons & Dragons that, in my opinion, are a very welcome addition. I played a bit of AD&D back in the day, and loved the idea of playing a wizard. Wizards back then were much different from today. As far as power level goes, they are more comparable to grumpy kittens than modern wizards. They got one spell slot. Once that spell slot was used, they were done for the day. I mean, sure, they could technically go into melee, but with their big old D4 worth of hit points, I hope they picked out a nice headstone before going on their adventure. Cantrips originated in 1E and came from Gary Gygax himself, first appearing in Dragon Magazine in 1982. They weren't offensive back then, and were really a lot less powerful, used for things like making a candle-sized flame or summoning a spider. In AD&D they were abandoned, though wizards could take a first level spell called Cantrip that allowed them to learn 4 minor cantrips. Still nothing offensive though. Cantrips make it a big comeback in 3rd edition in much more powerful and offensive forms. From there, we've never looked back, and they've been part of every edition, turning a first level wizard from a kitten into a tiger. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, maybe more like a bobcat. But it is still way better than getting distracted by yarn, which was actually a hidden weakness in all 1st edition wizards. New series idea. Newbie tells D&D history, and it's all completely wrong. I'd watch it. Since the beginning of time, when the first bird pooped on the first man's head, man has dreamed of flying and revenge. Our first cantrip, Aasimar Wings, turns this dream into a reality. It states, large wings sprout from your back. Angelic if good alignment, skeletal if evil. You gain a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration. After 1 hour, you must rest the wings. You fall if still aloft after 60 minutes. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature for each spell slot above 3rd. Now you may be asking yourself, since when do cantrips have an at higher levels part? To which I'd answer, since the author decided to rip off the 3rd level spell Fly, making it last 6 times longer and not be concentration. But the really weird thing is, other than having components of none, with an asterisk saying wing feather of a bird, or the fact that its casting time is no action, yeah, those aren't the weirdest thing. Nor is the fact the whole higher level thing is useless because it's not concentration, so you can just cast it on each party member individually. No. The weirdest thing is the author decided to copy the part word for word from the spell, typed it out, but didn't cut and paste. Look, they are identical, except this one used a period when the fly spell used a colon. Why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense. Is it an honor among thieves thing? Like, if I'm going to steal it, I'm going to put in the work to steal it? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm looking too deeply at this. Maybe we should just move on to the next. No, seriously! Why didn't they copy and paste this nonsensical part? Why did they type it? I have to know. I have to know. Somebody tell me. Leave a comment or something. I have to know!
Free flight for the whole party? That's Bush League. Believe it or not, I'm a world-renowned cantrip creator, and you lucky people will be allowed to see the brilliance of my newest cantrip. I call it Fart Cloud, and it's actually based on a real-life event. It says, when you say the magic words, pull my finger, you emit a toxic cloud from your bum. Any creature within 15 feet of you must make a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 poison, aka fart damage. If the fart is outside and it's a windy day, the targets have advantage on their saving throws. But if you've eaten cabbage or asparagus at your last meal, that advantage is negated. Believe it or not, I actually nerfed it from real life, because in real life it was like 60 feet, but I figured that wouldn't fly.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. It just really bothered me not knowing, but I'm going to let it go. I'm definitely not going to think about it anymore. So, moving on. I think most people would agree that one of the more interesting and tactical things about Dungeons & Dragons is resource management. Should I use my 3rd level spell slot on the enemies I'm facing now? or save it in case something nastier is around the corner? Should I heal the almost dead monk, or save my last spell slot for when he inevitably goes down in the next battle? If you're the type of person who hates making those decisions, our next cantrip is totally for you. Allow me to present Healing Wind. It says, a creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spell casting ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. This spell's healing increases by 1d4 when you reach 5th level for 2d4, 11th level you get 3d4, 17th level 4d4. So once again, we get an improved version of a leveled spell as a cantrip. And as an added bonus, it's healing. I'm sure I don't have to explain to you why getting a healing cantrip is crazy, but I think I will. In poem form. The battle was tough. I'm feeling rough. Please help me. I'm at 3 HP. I would if I could. I know I should, but I cannot. I'm down to my last spell slot. Is this a joke? My leg is broke. My blood is flowing. Look, my spleen is showing. Sorry, but I must save my last spell slot. You'll be fine. Your blood will clot. Could you heal me in a cave? Would you keep me from my grave? I would not, could not in this cave, but I'll visit you daily at your grave. I don't have any slots to spare. I cannot help you. Not a prayer. Could you heal me if I gave you this goat? Could you heal me wearing this stylish and fiendish coat? I couldn't heal you. I don't need a goat. I would not even ever wear that fiendish coat. I cannot heal your painful ache. Now stop asking me for heaven's sake. I'm not asking for a spell slot. Use the cantrip, you silly twat. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Alright, so apparently Fart Cloud has gone over just like my real life fart did, and is now the lowest rated homebrew in the history of the world. But that's okay. As we all know, the Mona Lisa was not painted on the first try. How about this cantrip? Booger Bomb! You flick a booger at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 psychic damage. The spell's damage increased by 1d8 when you reach 5th level for like 2d8, 11th level is 3d8, and 17th level is 4d8. You might be wondering why it does psychic damage. Well, that's in the spell Arata. It says, you mine some nose gold and flick it at your opponent within 60 feet. As it flies through the air, it grows until it's the size of a large, delicious house cat. So imagine getting covered in a giant booger. Could the damage really be of any different kind? I thinketh not.
Originally this video was going to be covering 4 cantrips, but it's getting long, and I'm having a hard time focusing, so let's just cut it here, shall we? We'll save the last 2 cantrips for next week's video. If you could leave a like or a comment or something like that, a sub, that'd be much appreciated. But honestly, I'm just happy you made it to the end. You're a boss. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, why did they type it out? Seriously, why did they type it out? Sorry, play your character. Don't let your character play you.